Joe Rogan has weighed in on Jake Paul's latest update following jaw surgery, and suddenly, the entire conversation around a potential Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua matchup feels completely different.
Anthony Joshua is going to connect with a bomb
Yeah.
and breaks his jaw in 2 places.
Yeah. And
He's fucked. His jaw's wired shut now. He lost teeth.
See, I mean, he made it to the 6th round.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Did they put your teeth back in when they pop out like that, or are they gone forever?
I don't know. But it's just wired shut for like 6 weeks now.
Yeah. You got to eat nothing but protein shakes. Bro.
Oof.
It's a crazy world. The thing is that I would hope that he recognizes is right now he's doing great, and he's only, whatever he is, 28, I think.
Is he 28?
I think he is. How old is Jake Paul? He's young.
God damn.
And he's probably made 300 million plus in his boxing career. How old is Jake Paul?
He'll be 29 and
Look at that. So he's 28 years old. 29 next month.
Because this wasn't just another influencer crossover or novelty bout. This was a legitimate fight against a true heavyweight, and it ended with Jake Paul leaving the ring with a fractured jaw, damaged teeth, and a long road to recovery ahead. Now the boxing and MMA communities are split. One side believes this was the moment Jake Paul finally hit his limit, proof that stepping in with Anthony Joshua was too big a jump. They point to the power gap, the danger of heavyweight boxing, and the reality that confidence and hype don't matter when a clean shot lands from someone that size. But the other side sees it differently. Fighters and analysts are saying Jake Paul survived. They are saying he lasted multiple rounds with one of the most dangerous punches of this generation. And more importantly, they're arguing that this fight may actually push Jake Paul forward as a boxer. Joe Rogan focused on that exact idea, because a jaw injury is no small thing.
Assumed that wealth would take away your drive for
But
competition.
it hasn't, yeah.
He's also nuts, right? Just
Yeah.
the fact that he's willing to fight the 2-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime,
Gigantic.
built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're going to stand, and he's a one-punch killer. And you're going to stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Yeah. His movement in that fight was crazy.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
He was really keeping him moving around the whole ring. And then
You can't afford to get tired.
You
And
can't get
that's
tired.
the thing is, like, he gets tired in a lot of his fights in the later rounds. You should really sort that out. Because if he had a much bigger gas tank, like if he was training with like some of these elite world-class strength and conditioning coaches and just worked on his cardio, he'd be beating way more guys.
you think so?
Yeah, 100%. But it's like what he's doing is learning how to box, and he's boxing and he's training hard for sure. But to get that world-class gas tank, you need like a Sam Calavita. You need like a Nick Curson. You need like these plyometrics experts that are got heart rate monitors on you, and they're checking when your recovery is ready and go.
Yeah.
And you're fucking yeah. You need guys monitoring your recovery, monitoring your heart rate variability, your VO2 max.
I couldn't believe
I don't know. And maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is doing that. But whatever it is, it's not.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
I broke Jake's jaw.
His teeth look a bit removed as well.
Yeah, his teeth have come out of place. But credit to him, he done well. But I told him what was going to happen, but it just took 6 rounds to do that.
People will criticise you for going 6 rounds with Jake Paul. How do you feel about that?
I deserve it.
Why? Come on.
Because
You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a fucking YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him in a fight with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one
Bro, I
point.
was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. I was just saying, fuck that shit. I love AJ.
Yeah.
But bro,
I saw you going down the fight game.
I was talking so much. But I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw. Fuck this guy.
Broke his jaw, huh?
Yeah, he split his jaw. You know? He don't care though. Jake's having a fucking blast.
Yeah. We'll see him back again for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Logan.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
did you think Jake Paul would win?
Honestly, I don't know what I thought, but I just didn't expect for it to go down like that. That shit was like a joke almost. Like that was just like funny. It was just crazy.
So you don't think it was a real fight?
Nah, I think it was more for entertainment. He's a good entertainer. You know, that's just who he is since he was young. So
What should Jake Paul do next? Should he carry on fighting in professional boxing?
no, stick with YouTube. Quit boxing immediately. and stick with YouTube.
He got 40 million for it. He got 40 million for it.
Should Jake Paul retire?
No, Jake Paul got to keep going. He got to keep.
A broken jaw isn't something you simply move past. It affects your training, your timing, and the way you mentally approach every exchange. Once you've felt that level of impact, once your jaw has been wired or surgically repaired, there's always a question lingering in your mind. What if it happens again? That's where the debate really intensifies. Some believe this experience will make Jake Paul more cautious, less willing to trade, more focused on avoiding damage rather than imposing himself. They expect a safer, more reserved version of him going forward. Jake Paul, however, is saying the opposite. He claims the injury has fueled him, not shaken him.
I mean, anyone who questioned whether or not you had a chin, I think the answer to that question was proven last night. Bro, you can take a shot. Anthony Joshua hits you with probably his hardest shot that we've seen drop every other single fighter that he's fought.
Yeah.
And he hit you in the face, and not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow.
I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground, I was like, that was a good shot.
Dude, did he surprise you with his power?
No, to be honest, no. But I mean, he surprised my jaw. It's literally
your
snapped,
face,
bro. It's literally snapped,
dude. When
completely snapped.
After the fight, you were like, I think like one of my teeth is, and you open your mouth, and I was the first to see it. I went, oh, you broke
your jaw,
dude. On both sides too.
I really take my hat off. So I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. And I know he went down heavy, but you know he was conscious on the floor. And I thought his game plan, although obviously very negative early on, which it had to be, was smart at times. And there were times where he held his feet and let his hands go. You know, it was a very one-sided fight. It was always going to be a one-sided fight. But you can't give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticize people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually on his feet after the stoppage. So, you know, I think he'll have to see physically how that jaw, I don't know the severity of it. It's a very difficult injury to come back from. But he showed he's got ability, and that's what we said. You know, he's dedicated to the game.
They are A+ first class. It is a huge honor for me to do these events whenever I can. I enjoy them. And I think the obviously the more seasoned and better and more accomplished and veteran fighter won. But I don't think Jake's stock goes down. He could still fight, the Furies and the KSIs. I would love to see that fight of the world, even the Darren Tills of the world. Like, I think that there is still very much a market. But obviously there's levels. And by the way, there are weight classes for a reason as well. He's a cruiserweight, he's not a heavyweight. But it sounds like he wants to keep going. And it sounds like AJ wants to keep going, although in a brief conversation with a member of his team, they said maybe this February date is too soon. He specifically mentioned Tyson Fury, bypass that February date, go straight to Tyson. I know there is a fight on the table for February, but again, that's why I hate when they announce these things before. You could get tired, you could get hurt, you could get, who knows, banged up. So let's see if that February date remains. I'm hearing it could be in flux. And let's see if his next fight is against Tyson. That's the fight that everyone wants to see. We don't need tune-up fights anymore. Make that fight next. Jake needs some time off. Maybe we see him back end of 26. Obviously, he's got a lot going on with MVP. And obviously, he has.
According to Jake, getting hurt by Anthony Joshua didn't scare him. It made everything real. And Joe Rogan finds that mindset fascinating because fighters tend to go one of two ways after injuries like this. They either fade or they return sharper, smarter, and more dangerous. Looking back at the fight, the difference was clear. Anthony Joshua didn't rush. He didn't brawl. He didn't take Jake Paul lightly. He stayed calm, waited for his moment, and when he landed clean, the power gap instantly changed the fight. One punch altered everything. Still, Jake Paul didn't fall apart. He didn't panic. He stayed composed, endured pressure, and showed a level of toughness that surprised even his harshest critics. That alone has shifted the narrative more than many want to admit. For Anthony Joshua, the win does exactly what it needed to do. It re-established him as a serious threat when he's patient and disciplined, steadying his image after recent inconsistencies and reminding everyone that heavyweight boxing is a different level entirely.
As a fighter, as a boxer, as a professional boxer, he's poor. And I mean this with the greatest respect. Like, you know, he's come off the couch watching YouTube, doing YouTube and influencing people to get Anthony Joshua in the ring. Should Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua ever be in the ring together? No, should they fuck? But the business side to it, they fucking walked away with millions. The fight was poor. Jake was just in there to survive. Yeah, there's just loads. We can keep going on and on about it. Was it a success? Probably. They both walked away with millions. But for Jake to get Joshua in the ring there, you can say all you want, but I think personally, if that fight fell on Tyson Fury's lap first, he would have took it. You know, which heavyweight's going to say, yeah, it is? Just let's say, an example, 50 million to fight Jake Paul. You know, they're going to say no. I don't think one heavyweight in world boxing would have said no, barring Alexander Usyk.
No, definitely as well. Final one on this as well. Do you side with the fact that kind of the first meaningful shot that Joshua threw, the fight was over?
Yeah, the first clean shot on the chin. Yeah, I thought. Look, I'm not criticising Joshua, but I thought Joshua was poor. Like, never really just like cut the ring off properly. Followed Jake around the ring a bit, but also Jake was running. Joshua could have just thought, like, I'll get in a minute. You're going to stop in a minute. So, when I said I thought Joshua was poor, I just thought the first 5 rounds was shit. Jake was just running and falling on the floor. It must have done Joshua's head in, to be totally honest with you. But, yeah, the first clean shot dropped him. Next one stopped the fight, broke his jaw.
For Jake Paul, though, the road ahead is far more complex and far more interesting. Does he step back towards safer matchups? Does he rebuild carefully, protect the jaw, and refine his fundamentals? Or does he double down, chase another massive name, and prove his fight wasn't his ceiling, just the price of entry? Joe Rogan made one thing clear: the jaw injury changes everything. But it doesn't end anything. If anything, it forces Jake Paul to decide what he truly wants from boxing: spectacle and moments, or real progression in the sport. Because now, there are no shortcuts left. No gimmicks. No easy exits. Jake Paul has felt the real consequences of elite-level boxing, and what he chooses next will reveal exactly who he is as a fighter. And that's why the story isn't finished, not even close.